It really hit me like something important when they started talking about this whole thing. This idea of the underground man, how he's not just some character from Dostoevsky, but maybe a potential echo inside all of us. It was presented as if looking at this figure could be quite revealing for understanding human nature itself, digging deep into those parts where negativity might bubble up. And then they began breaking down the book more closely, exploring its themes in relation to that character. The focus really landed on things like hypocrisy and self-destruction. You know, how the underground man embodies these traits through his actions and words, even if he's kind of aware of himself. His cynicism wasn't just surface level, it felt like a deep-rooted thing, something tied to his very being, almost unavoidable in some contexts. They quoted from Dostoevsky's own preface later on, which was crucial because it came straight from the author's mouth. He seemed to see this potential for resentment and self-hatred not just as a flaw, but perhaps even as a kind of sickness that could be contained within us if we recognized it early enough. The whole idea that acknowledging these darker traits is part of understanding ourselves better was really emphasized there. This got me thinking about how much the concept relies on this internal potential, how Dostoevsky wasn't just describing one man, but seemed to believe everyone has a capacity for being an underground man, stewing in their own resentment. And it made sense why they pointed out that maybe we can see ourselves reflected in these ideas. Perhaps examining them helps us figure out if those tendencies are part of our own inner landscape. The questions raised were definitely worth considering. How much do I personally identify with this feeling? What situations or influences might cause me to feel like an underground man, harboring resentment without necessarily acting on it? And most importantly for me, what can actually be done about it? It felt significant that Dostoevsky still holds out hope for a form of redemption. The idea wasn't just about recognizing the potential, but actively fighting against those destructive impulses, turning away from them entirely, you know? That sense that maybe it's never too late to change and overcome these negative tendencies seemed like an essential part. The conclusion wrapped things up by urging self-reflection, really driving home the point about understanding ourselves better. It was a call to look inward and consider how I might prevent those inner, underground men from taking hold or festering into hate. The core message felt clear, that awareness of this potential is key, but it has to be followed by action towards healing and growth. This breakdown really shows how central the idea of overcoming negativity becomes in Dostoevsky's work through this lens. It provides a way to explore the complexities within us without getting lost or making excuses for destructive behavior. The concept seems powerful because it acknowledges our flaws but still insists on the possibility of improvement, which is something I think about quite often myself.